We're back, Seven Rivers Racing, KQEG TV, just a couple of days from the Toma Speedway, hopefully getting things underway again. La Crosse and the Dells and Mississippi Thunder, 4 big racetracks in 2 nights. Our guest is Joe Rinartz, drives the King Street Kitchen, number 65 North Country Contractor Sportsman. I would say the biggest part of your race team this year is the engine. Tell us about why you're so hyped on the engine.
I'm actually hyped on his engine because the guy that built this engine for me, he strictly just does WISA dirt. He's a 7-time WISA dirt champion, open modified. His kid is 15 WISA championship open mod. And when you go up to their shop in Eau Claire, their shop is just magnificent. It's like B&B racing engines. They'll dyno their machine. They'll dyno their engines till where they feel that it's satisfied for their standpoint to give it to me. I mean, they dyno my engine 17 times, and I was, I said, well, whatever it is to you, Gary, it's best. And then right there, that car is just hooks up and goes, and that's.
And to chase down Brian, Brian Hesselberg, Rookie of the Year last year, is a strong contender. And just the way you chased him down, you wouldn't have seen this out of that car last year.
Oh, no, not out of the car last year. I mean, the motor-wise last year, I'm running with Greg Scheck. Greg Scheck reminds me of like another Steve Carlson. Right. If you got him behind you, he's another tough one. You got those guys coming, and I can stay with those guys all the way around the track.
And here you're down low, and you're pulling them out of the corner.
Yeah, and when the guy that built the engine for me, he was up there Oktoberfest weekend, and he says, you're going to have the motor, the pull you out, down the chutes, in the corners, whatever. You can see right there, Greg Scheck is trying to get me as much as he can. He came to me one time 2 weeks ago and says, you're tough to get. He's like, I have to give you a compliment. You're hard to get this year. He's like, you came out of woodwork for 2 years in a row. You were really struggling to get there. Now you're not struggling. You're one of the top guys. You've not qualified no lower than 12th this year starting qualifying.
And that's one of the first things I saw when you told me that you've got an engine builder that's just used to building dirt engines. That's that's odd because dirt is set up one way, asphalt is another total different setup. But you said he was excited to say, hey, I want to get into this asphalt deal, Joe, let's get this thing working.
Yeah, see, he wanted to do it, and then, of course, I found out Monty Lockton's got the Midwest Truck Series. He is now driving for Monty Lockington, and he put a truck motor together, and Monty says that truck has been the fastest ever done. He built the motor for asphalt there. They raced Milwaukee. They qualified 10th.
Right.
And, they are so fast this year. And Monty's just happy. And now I heard out of the grapevine, Todd Lockington's coming back, and it's another Baxter racing engine coming out of Eau Claire. And see, what this guy's trying to do is he's trying to make some show, because you got John Scott Motors out, you got Tomcat Motors, you got T-Zar Motors. He wants to try to bring somebody back out of Eau Claire to show him. And to be honest with you, I have not had a problem with this motor. This motor is excellent.
You just had other little problems.
I've just had little other problems. The handling wise, he told us at the start when we rocked the motor from him, he's like, I will tell you right now, it's not going to be the motor, it's going to be the setup. You guys got to get the tire set up for you. If you got the tire set up, he said, you're going to be a rocket. There's absolutely no problem.
Talk to me about your feelings on this Sportsman's class this year. I would have had no idea 2 Gilsters and a Humfeld would have been just pounding on each other on the top of the point standings all season. Hesselberg's back as Rookie of the Year, and you've got about 4 or 5 other drivers that are coming out of nowhere. Billy Martin is making some mark now. This is going to be an exciting year for you, for the Sportsman.
It's really exciting. I talked to Billy Martin after the end of the race is over. We're up getting our money. He looked at me and he's like, I feel really bad you got in a wreck. He says, because that race was yours. He's like, you're a tough guy. He's like, you just came out of woodwork. Billy jokes with me he would rather want to race my car because I got a little bit more power, a little more speed, and he's less like, your car's just coming out of the woodwork where it goes.
Sponsors for 2011, I know that you're one of the drivers that I've got to stop by you every weekend because there may be a new one here. This person's here this weekend, but you've got some solid sponsors that have stayed around for quite a while.
Oh, yeah. For King Street Kitchen down here, it used to be Country Kitchen, but they've been on board. Darren Zumach, he's been with me for, I'd say, 10 years. Termeyer Auto, Baxter Racing is the guy that come on. Margeson Rose. He was CNC Towing, now it's Rivers and Roads Recovery. We got Gaming Generation. They're really good at giving money too, but the main sponsor I got Home and Collision Alignment just came on board too, and King Street Kitchen has always been there for me, and they've just been super.
And your family too.
And my family, actually my mom and dad have just been super. If it wasn't for their characters, Dad just You need a fender, you got to get it. You got it. You know, he's like, maybe not.
He's got quite the family, too. Joe's one of those that every time there's a family member that's got a birthday, he lets me know right off the bat because they hear about it. Yep. We've got the cheeseburger queen up there. We've got the bunny from a couple of weeks ago, and it's always, and you can always see where they sit each and every race weekend. Mm-hmm. And they're one of those that I can kind of rattle a little bit, but they play back. So right. It's just the Rinartz racing family lacrosse is outstanding. Do want to mention last weekend, Dells Raceway Park, as Joe had mentioned, finally got their 49th annual opening underway. And do want to give you the results. The late model 40-lap feature with Larry Schott out of Boston. The Sportsman 25-lap feature went to Eric Melby out of Portage. Pure Stock 25-lap feature went to Mark Hull out of Baraboo. Steve Rozick out of Nacito won the Bandit 18-lap feature. And they brought back a 55-lap Alive for 5 Super Late Model Series. They haven't been back out for quite a while. And Frank Cryer won round number 1. We saw him practice at lacrosse a couple weeks ago. He is one of 6 cars to choose from this year.
Wow, and he's a former owner of the racetrack, too.
So doing a fantastic job to get things kicked off. This weekend's racing at lacrosse. It's going to be Lacrosse Tribute Night. They're going to have a late model Sportsman, the United Auto Supply Thunderstocks, Outlaws, the top dog race. Thunderstock drivers will be racing, stop at the midway point, slam a hot dog, get back in and go again.
Where do we sign up?
Pre-race driver fan egg toss. You can sign up for the egg toss. Dells Raceway Park, it's the school's almost out special. Late model Sportsman, Pure Stocks Bandits. At the Mississippi Thunder Speedway, very interesting. It's the Dart Corn Belt Clash Late Model Series. CBC Triple Dip. Now that series visits 3 tracks in 2 states over 3 days. That ends up at Mississippi Thunder for some great dirt track racing on Friday night. Also, the Excalibur Speedway, Mother Nature. We're going to wrestle, if you cancel this race, tomorrow night at Excalibur in Toma. Sportsman Thunderstock Bumblebees, the Chaos event, will be the second over-the-line competition. You can check the show out on YouTube at 7riversracing.com. Find us on Facebook. We have a lot of entertaining chats on there as well. And again, we would like to thank our guests. You'll see them out next weekend. Got a fantastic ride, and that ride's given them a fantastic attitude this year. The King Street Kitchen 65 with Joe Rinartz. Thanks for joining us.
You're welcome. I mean, it was fun. I mean, I love the car. The car is fast. I mean.
Now, you coming back this weekend?
Yeah.
Just take the weekend off? I mean, there's so many drivers, I'm just going to take the weekend off.
Well, the Stig had another appointment.
We need to get that picture. The Stig was actually at the Nationwide race last week. I'll talk about that. 2 National Guard cars going down in the 8,500, the Nationwide race in Turn 4. Heartbreak.
Yes. Oh, yeah, definitely was.
Rob Mason, I feel for you from a couple of years ago in Turn 4. Yep. Joe Rinartz and Al Losi, I'm Dan Dockert. Thanks for joining us in the program. We'll see you at your local racetrack this weekend. Thanks for joining us in the 7 Rivers Racing Show here on KQEG TV.